Right, everyone, say, and then so the China 4th of July, 2022. Now, your preparation I did call IMF no. You so, I born home day. I hear the obey. Now, IMF so born home day. I hear with me. I did a boy. Now, and a bedding commodity for home. The shed the yeah, you copy her. And by 20th September 1957, you call IMF. Since that say call honor free bear time I call ya be do sabre say 18th time and ya be call and I say 19th and because I say I call say 17 times. Okay, so ya be call a year 19th time. You be call 18th time. Said the omo niama no nyame anim ya na say okwa na akwa da no hu bibia ho ya na manfo kan na yebe kum kakra say ko IMF implications ni bi anything dey na be ya ebe ye amana boy and say dey nti na ko IMF MY ni nyina yebe hwe ne di nkomo ade afa Mpensenmpensenmu dwumade na adru ewo original TV make say ye wo yewura NDC asempatre sofo jomama asempatre sofo Honorable Daniel Akosia Sharma Buem, former member of Parliament, Openia Kwaba. Bibia Boko there.
Oh, Bibia Boko.
Na weekend no nkomo be na course. Nim say e bia utimi to for constituency rakra.
Me constituency na one of my youth organizers Eka baby. Nti me kona me ko jano ne masi baba konsusu nti akoye djuma mienu mi nsambi nti mbedru ndra ananjo ena no pe masora bedru ha
okọ no mani agise ebe kwa IMF sibia ebe kwa ma
o mi mum na makochire mu kakra
okay
se
the asempatre adwuma na koduru constituency
do se no mu bosu jibi sunfa nse wa
oh yeah
so ma wo mo afimi mo bat mo koso na mo ni nipa wo ho no mo ye adwuma se me nkwa me ntumi ye adwuma ni nyina da me ye no mo si mi hu ni mfaso enne no be se mi hu won mfaso de hu de mo koso na mo tina kwa
ada mo to sabe mo
ba ekode besre nyankopon ne e wo mu ni say that is governance no ntina ye wo bebia ye wo ne obi person no kwa na esese tina bebia ote ba be mu say obi mususu prese omo ba ho ma omo kwan just say obetumi ayi bi ba ontumi ye ni nyina yeah that is how it is
that is very true is very true so bebo modern na edin kom any ra Christian Techijan or a financial consultant financial management consultant yani no be din komo na odi afam kakra se dem ni kaka kire no so do be fam kakra fa I say or maybe call IMF what are the chances say nema betimi akoyi ana say nema ntimi enkoyi advantages and disadvantages IMF na ye kono ye yankasa ye policies ewo mamhwane ma ye dada betimi ato aso aye we are looking at free SHS planting for food and jobs and no social interventions our idiama said the nkaibe ya bema ye ho akohinhan ye koyi dia na ye se aban ye program bi dia koma IMF ama sika kakra me dia support what are these programs ni nyina ebenya daje na ya akasa ira Frimpong Bonsu beba ni ene no atans he will come and represent the NPP but ira Christian Techijan a financial management consultant to our man so abanya mo akwaba na bibia bokọ de
Damia Dumboko pa
yo IMF na trendy over the weekend. Sir, woman for Akahwasama. Those who do their politics say you're more politics. But for now, Mona Motisika Sema say I want you to take us through it. Say fund no. Say o might be kase okopemwa ewohwa etre say. Iraja no te yanka
Yeah, Pachametonka.
Aha, na mi busa se oman bi ka se okopemwa afri International Monetary Fund no na ya na kire sei.
Yeah, Medawa Sibibre, Mecha, what here for an annual pay. Yashe IMF from Jumadia or Mudia, they are established on the map policy advice government. They are also there to give financial assistance and almost time in capacity building. It normally it's a country be what deficit, especially in their balance of trade. Na moving as on the IMF. Internally funds of generating and buying everybody isa it means so near my so normally the result is the Bosian. Bosian definitely on yearly basis civil service principal any interest. But if you do the Bruce Bibria not mobilizing internally within your jurisdiction. That is, in the case of Ghana, no sky, from port and about from taxes, GRA, DRA, buying on, and so including the principal interest, you become a defaulter. That are now international organizations, also every two credits, no, I'm downgrading at the amount. The next time I'll be at the local capital market, will be only to cover amount because your risk levels are high. If you are buying can result to say IMF for a restructure or loan out for 5 years. Then finally say a 100 million. Now so because the internal generated funds you can go for a restructure. For 10 years at the amount instead of paying 100 million, you will then be paid 50 million. But a bemonia respite kakra, Ubinia, the crowds with me a day above Ubra. Normally, a 90 days to call IMF media. Now, Papa is a last resort because normally your more conditionalities of the amount a dose to be free. Fanita would tell me now say, Abia, ne mindful here, hospitals, and then applying and the more. Now, so Okona would Okodom program, IMF, designed the amount now. They can, for example, tell you, say, Scana, the amount, Untin Fan Quine, Untin Fan hospitals, Sabia, would they a capacity building, and I say, Abia, loans in Quankran or the Babichia. It's normally all conditionalities now at the amount. Fanita, maybe I say a bar, Sani man you need a distra different than say the Yamame mindful. Now so no buy no or also the terms at the bar, any areas are which my investment.
Okay.
Typically, yes, say ABA social intervention are buying their bar, free teachers, and school fees in the time and you know, with investment, your capital investment and the social investment. Capital investment here ABA are buying. So to kuku afi for the baba be to kuku no no so if can do to kuku achia bosiana okoboy no principal achia interest achia nyamfa so kra e wo ho e no capital expenditure they are self financing. However, social investment make it be a free SHS any school feeding no okobo bosiana the baba yet ejuma na and yeah, in the short term or medium term. Abia, you find 2 decades later, and now we say, Abia, na secretary traders, and here you ban and going to mean call SS, no. They say, yeah, what may be SS, which be a doctor, and I say, banker, and what the economy of the state.
Okay.
They might, for example, say, those social investments, no, we should put a hold on them because secretary traders now. A home ground will break a hill also say, oh, be free. So it is something in expectation, say, social investments, no, or mobile, on which Maka say, we should put a hold on them.
Okay, right, sir, war as a financial management consultant, sir, Obi, Ekoje, and I say, Ghana, Ekoje Bosia. Ya na ye sorry ani akose mama ye bosia na say ye gina bibi so say ye kwaje bosia no de aba be say ana say na ya na etie. What do you know about a fat Ghana say ye ka say kwa kwaje bosia kwan ben de na ye gina so say de kwa kwaje bosia no.
Okay, normally see a core capital market to say a share Esla bond ni say na ye energy sector na ye loans are not managed na energy sector no dire situation and you are buying a floaty bonds with Esla, that is the energy sector levy now or the buyer. Now it was coming to help. So normally they are project based. If you are buying, identify a particular gap there. Now I hit the capital market na aqua pages cannot every above. But over boss I was saying ne do baby na wintrin here. Now the call for a program with IMF, for example, and another day it could be for a restructure. And now say what they about the refinancing old debts now or no. In the area, Senegal can no, what the facility for 5 years. Now so here. So opposite can maybe all the interest now I was in now academia cannot principal no if you want spread amount na another amount allowance kakra say if you are go to 100 million now you are paying 50 million it will be the remaining 50 million no at the year developmental projects or mind
Right,
they are project based but sometimes no project for financing.
Okay, what as a financial management consultant share your attitude towards financial management as a country. Oh, because IMF for ya ebe call Moses here say kwa omo be ma iska on be kire de yemfanye and they will make sure say they almost see emphasis kan no near de. That's why you are talking about free SHS no near there social investments no. They will make sure say the intimate confess kan wrong because they are thinking of how to get their money back. Yen attitude towards financial management. Yen Ghana people who manage our finances, the economy. Or what what is here saying na uhunu
Kakra mi huni say means the nature of Ghanaians the way sometimes you prepare on a yen I'm a typical example. Na me kai na me papa catch me say omo university that time na you could be hall so ma you be dan we ma na ohwem otumika to dey dan we dey me near the next one now to be more milk any sardine it was some motivation na aban no ma o mo so on the university kana na amount from person the training colleges both nursing training teacher training and the other training colleges that we have in the mind about say okay wow the training college the ma allowance kakra na etini aboa and no what a motivational factor na amount for a training college. However, over the period, we realized that we qualify for university now. On person we university or person training college. And that motivational instinct has been lost. So, for example, why do you continue to pay such allowances for teacher and nursing training? And I think it's high time. Abiding to me, I the political world state there. Some policies we can no longer sustain it. Can we say in trade your time? Here for why must we be doing those things at the expense of the economy? If you start savings in you're going to crack now it makes it expenditure so. At that one, I realized some fiscal consolidation, and on a bit, Mamma, you got them now a con kind. If the citizen we know, so I get free teachers, allowances, I'm a politician, so I'm buy a swear, and I'm buy a nice what animal, so I'm to convince us to vote for them. So we need to have that attitudinal change. Now, you could say, at the end of the day, we need to make fiscal consolidation not set in the expensive view of our theatre. So to a certain level, we are the future now, we are okay. The share country visited France. France, they are the very first country, somewhere in 1947, was free IMF. By then, they were an alien economy. But look at France now. Now they have fiscal consolidation, they are a developed country, and everything is going on well for them.
Is it that Christian? Is it say aban entimi emma en kanokre no nkyere timamufo no emma yen manage your expectation na fe yen align and yen rally behind aban no and aban doesn't have the skill and the will. So be kan kire nipa ne say this is how a near Matthias and some of the things we are bikra me promises say me but say me ya fa kwadi on mine no be koni aban timi nya sa kokodro no any ni sa nkomo no ana.
I will put it that way. Aban does not have the political will to do that because as a policy beer or day banner or an eye for the next election. And you say may you wait at the Guaman for now and on a votes, but and also not it is at the expense of the states.
But so what would you advise young Timamufono saying because you see Abanye na just saw yes no said the bear obetimi the next elections. So they say oh here for the past years no they say every 4.5 years we are called back to IMF. 2015 year call 2022 we are going. There and it is all because of Niama Bima buying through set Wanyama Timamufua Timamufua Bekasa any other things among other things. So what should we know? What as a consultant, what would you tell young Timamufua say going forward? Not all that glitters is gold. They are buying Bekasa and no be neni nyina na ya de betimi aboa yen. Well, Diana, how would you help us manage our expectations?
Yes, sure. The reality we need to actually face them. Obibeka say you gold. Ghana is the #1 producer of gold. Ghana is the #2 producer of cocoa. We have so much when it comes to natural resources. But you ask yourself, say, saying na Ghana ewo you two gold na saying na ye adia Ghana ebinya mfaso ewo apart from maybe jobs. I think say some Jonah pen the only area shareholder kakra ewo Anglo Gold. Into gold that you are you to no royalties pay any share of. So we are blessed with natural resources, but we share the structure of those companies now. They are basically foreign companies. Not nearly royalties. So we are rich, but we cannot encourage. So we need to face the reality. Say, you want natural resources, but you benefit from. So we need to lower our expectations. Now you try say you better the promise we are. Don't look at just the face value of it. We should be in a position to interrogate, say, is it feasible? At the end of the day, at the black minor we are trying to maybe have exports from Ghana. In Ethiopia, bankers are 1D, 1FR. You say within the 3-4 years now, and I should have given us results. But what are we seeing now? We still have our CD that is struggling against the major currency because our export base is very low. Indeed, we should live beyond the rhetoric of 1D, 1F, of this, of that, and then face the reality. If you say you lower your expectations now of your expectations are the politicians no, and no one so acquiring your bringing they will buy into them and they will vote. But at the end of the day, it only leads us into trouble. And we need to lower expectations. Not politicians, no. So I think yes, we have fantastic people who have helped other economies grow. But what is happening to us? Things aren't able to work properly for us. And
Christian, again, and this finally, my share said the IMF for ACA or Madiano say, sir, or more Article 4, your friend is saying meetings na or money, member countries, almost staff report na ya omo yankofo a omo eba betna hwe investigating hunu said ye niema esitie ede ye report de come omo directors ma akire omo ankasa bopo ya na omo de omo executive summary ni de akeka ho no de womo eye no sa nkrofo na omo staff na omo baha na omo monitor what we do no omo hwede report no ekono eya omo chan ye nkrofo omo manage economy na because I think you understand my question.
Yes.
Omo ye hinfo, is it that is there something they know that the managers of our economy do not know? Say omo shed that omo timi monitor ehwe ekoma who said this, they say they are doing this but they are not doing it well. They say they are doing this but they are not doing it well. Sometimes they will throw in some technical advices here and there no they kaka on. Are they better than us?
If you ask me, Omwana Debbie, I know about now university lecture halls, and I'll tell you, say, African human resource no, is brilliant. I mean, on a level playing field, you know, when you take classrooms, no, we perform better than them. But according to say, 7 graders, if you are 7 graders, we have to can your PBR at the show. You will and America your natural resources in so no. The donor and Yadia and Bio consider ourselves to be poor countries or developing countries. So far as he is coming from a developed economy, no, or better say the input plan are more a group. Now so the structure of the economy na more. Obi today the technical advisor be if there is China area bar. I would say that China is the factory of the world now. They barely import anything. All that they do is exports. And they are coming from an economy of such a structure. Maybe you might be deceived, say you are better. We are sharing economic management team members here. They have credentials that is enviable. Now, so far as we happen to find ourselves in an economy, export base, our form. About 90% of everything that we need in this country is imported, no? Definitely, it will have the fundamentals will be weak. But no matter what you do, no matter how good you are as an economist, definitely you are going to face economic challenges. And it's not like they are better than us, but the structure, finally the structure of our economy, no. And then
are we not familiar with our own Christian? Are we not familiar with our own structures? Yeah, structures now finding a home. That is what they have given to you to manage. If you're a good manager, you're familiar with the structure, you manage it according to say the structure. No, the money you get, and how they manage the structure. No, so you manage it according to say the structure. No, is that a good excuse enough to say some structure is different from ours, and so so then what are we managing?
Sometimes you wonder what is really wrong with that. Because I've always maintained that so FX, no, like the CD, if it's able to gain value against the major currency, you're going to talk about China. Now, what's the $100,000? $100,000, no, winner, you're going to 200,000 Ghana today. Oba, no, it's been stable for a very long time. There is no need, so the price no credit the company. But what we find out now? By 3 months' time, and you man not dollar no gain value against the city so much so that so we can 10% and a big because why if you are container about fire no I keep and I maintain say FX we are going to enjoy a bit of economic stability.
Okay.
If you are buying or say, maybe our 1D1F, no, it's okay. Yeah, we are beginning to get something right now because once again, export base, because 1D1F, no, the essence of it was that only producing goods that will be exporting. So at the end of the day, our export base will be broader. We are going to earn effect, and that will help our city to gain value against the major currencies. But over the period, it's been 3-4 years, what are we seeing? We are not really seeing that impact. Are we sure that these factories that were set up are indeed working? Have they been operationalized? So you ask a whole lot of questions, and I mean, you are not getting the needed answers. So we need to move away from just rhetoric and the politics, and then get to work. Proper economic policy management. That is what is going to get us to a safe haven. Now, for now, the structure of our economy is that bad.
I know, baby. Christian Tachi John, a management consultant, financial management consultant. Nino din komo fa IMF. You bedo asese oba e be cheche nima mu. You beba studio na ye Mpensenmpensenmu o hanso so abedin komo ira Frimpong Bunsu. A member of the NPP National Communication Team. So and ira Daniel Kosia Sharman so a member of the NDC. He's a communicator, a former member of Parliament for Boeing constituency. I feel no other kind of your original TV means so we need to go so AJ Pato. Benefit Kwaba. Yeah, we are about there. Yeah, but me watch it.
Official. Mommy and na some of them
Odi power. Odi power. Odi power.
Mommy and last time I met on Abuja, I was last
Odi power. Odi power.
And that's what you go fum.
Oba, it is our tea, pa. We invite you.
Now, we move back.
Oh, nyame adom. Ye won kwen de. Em say ye dey aseda be ma trade.
Na say ayi na otwi mo trend pa o. Otwi awie. Mo trend. Me hu bia na ye ka say mo say enko IMF. Ye enko. Nya de say ye enko IMF de ye enko. Nya de enko. Wa manage economy na enko.
Trend Ghana na.
Ye aban mo aban.
Na da aban won kan bi.
Me can't MPP aban.
Ghana
aban. But I'm talking about NPP, what NPP said in opposition and what NPP is doing in government.
Pato, say aban. Aban no. Me no na account bi.
I don't know I drew how the person with the foreign. I drew time be na NDC, mo say NDC for mo na dey NDC for enyo man ye na then dey ba say dem person mo do obi a foreign.
Say you come now. You can't buy it. Say NDC na also NPP na also.
Until the NDC baby e nyina na aye.
Particular time e nyina account.
Until the baby e nyina na aye na.
Because in terms of governance.
Obani answer me men kura no. Me say the NDC baby e nyina na aye na.
Pato, maybe if you are talking about NDC as a party, that one is different.
As a government.
As a government.
The obey in aye.
In terms of governance, there were structures. And there were players, actors.
Yeah.
Ubia rural play what am I saying? Ubia nini there, ebi lead, ebi follow. Ebi so share, they are watchdogs. Yeah, then to ubia rural play. Ye nyina ye ka ho bi. Okay. But me no be arguing say yes, the leadership is the government. It's coming from the NPP, and me accepted that. Say so, can say NPP abaya, and no me gitum. But ye nyina also ye wo chefa.
Ye nyina ya ban.
Ye nyina ya ban.
Yes, I see.
On na botie. We the Juma Parliament are all say as Gracia now oje na ban it to man. Say. Odi bibia no if you have into honest wo bibia wo so
nti se nyina nti se ye nyina na ya ne kwa IMF
nti ye tie nyina we have to ye nyina we have to carry the burden because say wo chiche mu a
okay
obia ura also play in the governance no okay yes ye behwe ne obia ya ebia ankoye ne ekoye
nti se ye nyina na yeti yina yeti
menkase yina na yeti na menkase yina na ya passe de ewo mu ni se baby aye ko no eye oman anamontuo me ba cho so temase aye de se wo ye papa ofie ne hia ba fie na wodi oyire na o man nim say ehia ba fie and he say ni e pese ye no and I'm very happy say as me share no we share the discourse I said the interaction, the discussions. Now, I'm very happy and I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. Say everybody is showing concern. But at the end of the day, as we are trying to blame other side, yes, you share your family there. Now, see you contribute to. Send a bear and no man because ye. Yes, when we need to apportion blame, we have to. But where we also need to accept responsibility as citizens, as players, as actors in the whole scheme of things. Yes, we are assessing. Yes, Abba say no. Let's analyze and see how we can approach IMF. Now, Omumbra. To me, I don't see it as a negative thing, because one, IMF, we are a member. You are a member of IMF. Say a bibia enye at the papa, and kayakasi a free. But it's sign say a bibia it serves as a buffer for us in times of needs, in times of difficulties. When you analyze the situation, then you go and you assess. In the same way, yes, it's trending. And the trending now, trending, it didn't start yesterday. There are antecedents to this. It is analyze you share the trajectory, baby, I fear ba. Any baby I drew, any baby I pass echo. And the bit me a boy, ama the discourse, no, in common I dino. Yet me, I ye now boy as on mine, na ya him. And only the most important thing.
All right.
Yeah, so the show baby are free buy. Baby a nam near yeko. And no ma a try a hoshia near I hate ye, the 80 ye. Maybe I never sent I be two baby. Now I'm found to. Yen shiny na. Now yen fan call ye name. Whether we like it or not, the future is ahead of us. Thank you. Yeah.
Obani, so that is how he opens the conversation for us. This is a Ghana thing. Maybe it is the government and not the party. It is the government. So as a people, and why we are where we are, what we didn't do right, and then we right the wrongs and move ahead. Your no.
Yo. Because se mechia ehwe for native for nyina mechia menu asoso se na se kai no omo wa bam nti go se ne ho ahye hye kaba kama ne ho hye no na mo de ekọ ura ohia ne oseyem ono omo hu ehye no na Ghana for aka no ye de ekọ ehia hiam now baby aye dru nen o ka sem bia ye me de ese hu baby aye free Asana bedruha. And we have to take it from the recent past. Aye NDC 4 afem. Ansana umbeba power. Na Mahama Bain, Atamus Abain Ebaino. Now there was a crisis of doomso. But as I say, Anwanye Dintino. Sebi, Unyankupa Befreno. Okoye. But time Atamus, Mahama Baye no, na ade no ano ohyiye. O Baye be promise say, obi siano. Na say, o how be wo ho from 1983. Saa bedru 2015 ansa na ebe so ano no. Be say abeye kese pa. Ba wanka say mema anu abrase, o say mesiano. Ntu be siano susu no. Uhia sika bi pa SSL fancy ade no se yebenya car power se yebenya Ameri power se yebesiesie nema beboa se yegina mahondi no yebetumi anya no se ne beboa ama Ghana for ayedwuma ama ban kura anya sika afriho nti eba se yesika sem ena our natural resources are exporting the commodity prices no ebe fall at a point in time. Inti be won say wona ye di omuka e wa manoni no omun san ni gidie bia se ye betumi atua eka no ama omo nti die na obeye na esese udwane ko IMF akodane ti se sikasem police ni se oman bi ko sikasem ahuhiahia ma se police ni beji wonko a na wona ma ba obusia no ombenya gidie se police asem no ko duru police station ko a yemfa no se sikasem police station ko a dia endie bibia beye enu na openya ofre no or talking about restructuring senka selfa 5 years fantia kana because police no asem no police station so muma no 10 years nti be won say wo sikasem no wo betumi aso ano kakra sana mahama ye eniema bia ensese onye amagana sikasem no police no akacha IMF akacha say we die menye yes ena akoyeti say teachers allowance enu ena yeyi afri ho ana nurses de susu ba mahama yes ade no de na MPP fo eye wo krom ha asasem ansi da ya chirimu atemdidie ena fail government ena oman bia ko IMF no wa faili enu nti na okoye we have agreed but ya tutu nyama pato Satan no ye dia tutu nyama yiye. Where when you go to records no, in the year 2020 no, Mahama nkanchre Bank of Ghana say on print sika bia mfamboa no. Go and check the records. Inti Mahama be free 2016 not 2020 please. Inti Mahama be free akonja usunu. Nniema esese nka ye tutu no. Se nka MPP 40 no man fa anye politician. Nanka a very good grounds for them to take off very well. But to say teachers allowance, any nurses allowance, we know MPP for the bastardizing NDC, and no media campaign, and no mugusu tia. Listen to what the deputy director of IMF say, Antoinette M. Sayer. Countries that have strong economic institutions respond more effectively to crisis and are better prepared for a resilient recovery.
Strong economic institutions.
Yes.
There.
Strong economic institution is a say aban inisika enko ejuma ko bia unhu say amanfo ye ejuma ho no ususu besa nya profit. Unya profita ubenya workers tax. Do you get me right? Na profit ejuma na nkasa no betumi ama profit. Practical example, Atuabo gas plant. Atuabo gas plant no ye disika ko sheho ena enne ayeti ha no workers ye duma ho no omunya salaries at the same time the job itself is making profit.
As a country, do you think we have a strong economic institution?
We don't have, so we have to build. To say what you papa who need die says we sit down. Do you get me right? We sit down. So from that IMF no na SSA building those institutions. Ubeka say at times ni Mahama ma building coasters along the coastal areas.
Those are projects. I'm talking about institutions are implementing your economic policies. Your institutions are that implement our economic policies. Are they strong enough?
They are not, and even MPP made it worse and made the whole country and their government useless. They are not. But somebody was able to build them up. That was Mahama time. In the institutions who can institutions who can say, she say your Bank of Ghana she say your Ministry of Finance and ministries mu policies efaba. Say Murani Mami, do they have the implementing capacity? Say omunye say juma enfamaye.
Me crowd imagine what parliament so your parliamentary your friend saying parliament can say finance committee. Your finance committee or parliament. Parliament is supposed to have an oversight responsibility and that's to check what the executive is doing. Loan bia be kwakojino o mamu bia no efa parliament. E kire de ye me your friend say. Ade na ya na ye na ye jai executive na momo ye de omope no.
Parliament no o hwe se loan na ukwakoji no efa mra kwan so. But minister no ko jilona on farm parliament. That is what you should note. And that is where the political bigotry is saying yama. Because parliament actually say koko syndicated loan yen konkoji. E bambusena yakoji syndicated loan. Ama last year Christmas no farmers anyas kanu mi wise kanu okroma. That is where the politics no agro say aban entwintwi na nase ba ehia no a oko institution parliament is very competent. Very, very competent.
Your parliamentary assurance committee.
Yeah.
Project Abambeka say oye bi and omudi achire ko say oye.
Yeah.
Everything that the executive ye bi no. Parliament will responsibility say obehwe said or say omoye no ye assurance committee. Omukoje omukoya omudi report bre speaker meboa. And as one omudi report.
Me wo hono I was a member of assurance committee. Do you get me right? There is sickness in this country. Kanu debia mesa kande. E kwendi ani ho ese parliament in dem wo ye ntemte no mo nsisa ganamra. Because Chairman Sabonsu no ono na ye minister for parliamentary affairs. And now say a leader of government business. Once you are a minister, who is your boss? President. Intinia president akachire ono enu na obeye. That linkage must be cut off. It shouldn't be.
Recently, Speaker of Parliament, Ekachire Finance Minister say wa ma am chere de ode COVID sikani say ye fro say brabe chere nyem. Wa ma ye frɛ wa woman say wa ma bibia no ade beba Parliament ha bia ye behwe so. Ye be di chere say ye. And because of that, and I say whatever ye hunu de ye o kan che bia na papa no e call Parliament, which means that the speaker ebie na no ekase se sika assurance committee din report aba musim be we se ye hwe na se mo amfa nya de no a mode ye na sika bie no ambede mode be ba ha e be pass. Is that possible?
Bapato we na your last question I'll be say me flow. It is a threat issued. Why should there be a threat by the speaker?
No, because you see, we see the country is sick.
No. Niamika say, by constitution, let it flow. It should not be a threat being issued to somebody who is being incompetent in rendering account. No, by the institution itself, should flow. Kenu Foreta him say, Sika Okoji in the name of Ghana, kunta. That is what makes you a competent finance minister. Why should he sit down, say, speaker be threaten and son obey? So that is the spot of problem. So say on one kasanim, but otiho say obin threaten and son obey.
So can we have a lot more of those things? Because said the and we cannot think say we will be doing things the way we have been doing things. And yes, can we change the way we do our things?
When we have a lot of those things, we are turning into a dictatorship country.
Not a dictatorship.
No. Why you are not doing what is right? A minister swear an oath to the president. Do you get me right? Say Meye Jumase. The most unfortunate thing that we are seeing in these 5 years, and he said, the president does not care. He always becomes so silent when the ministers are misbehaving. Until when you are lumping them, you have to lump the president inside because it shouldn't be so. Say Obia Katama Mao say, Meye Jumase. Who the Jumanu man, ye tianika, ye manuka, a Jumanu tonsia, afe kasabio. So do you want us to be talking about the what? So it means the whole team is becoming useless or is useless. Because why should the president be on the seat? And now, audit service say 52.5 billion. Aye taxes are G. Akogu Okaishi Bank of Ghana. Commercial bank. In case Sikano Bank of Ghana Futomu, Sikana Anko. And up to today, the president is not talking. Up to today, the Minister of Finance is not telling us anything. Do you call that institution and the president a competent team?
In a situation like that, can Parliament, Parliament be my baby?
I said, why should we? Parliament has its job to make sure, say, Yayemra. The executioners must be triggered by the executive.
No, Parliament won't juma oye.
He is not to be supervising the incompetence of the government.
So
it is to make the laws that the government must follow. And until if you finish your term, and a man will say, a Juma, what did during your term? No one, you will send him to court. If you be jailed, you jailed.
Parliament checks the executive.
What is the president doing?
No, but if the president is not performing, granted.
No. Why should you vote for a president who is not performing?
But if they say no, do we live in this country because of elections?
We don't live this country for parliament. So called the judiciary. The judiciary.
Everybody may say.
So you two can send the case to court.
No, we are talking about Nyamenkwa. This is not the fight.
The fight that you are bringing is about parliament.
Yes.
They are not. They don't have to do everything.
I am not. Me can say parliament. Parliament is doing what parliament can do, but they me can say, "Sisi anwo." They acquire say, "Yeah, the same thing all the time. Near different results. Can't we change anything? Yentimi nye bibia. Bobia there is more room for improvement." Emma obia diebia oye citizens, more room for improvement. Parliament, more room for executive, judiciary. Are we not
I
too
can
comfortable in
tell
our
you
zones?
that we are not doing the same thing all the time, especially when it comes to NDC and MPP. We are not doing the same thing all the time because yet say adiwe eti hose no. Kai say at the time I call IMF kranu, Mahama esa pesika esa ko find 2 oil fields. Any and sin was finding 2 in the midst of the problems. And now all free power no, instead of 1 Mpensenmpensenmu 4 enya oja nanado 3 oil fields. Oja no 3 oil fields with the debt on this country of how many 60 billion. Intin de fanuse nanado konde. What economic institution waja wa ebe pusika ediama ganande with 269 billion bisa. That is where the problem is. And that is why I'm telling you that we can never be the same. We are living under useless government. Wabe say sika. And we are sitting down. Do you get to know? It is not like Mahama's own. Mahama was able to help, say, through the governance, the airport was able to source funds to build Terminal 3 under his care. So it is not the same. At the same time, we source funds to build Harbour Terminal 3 under his care. With 60 billion debt that he has left us. Intin there who can say NDC and MPP are the same. There we are not the same. The government we are in today is very.
Those are not my words anymore.
You say we are doing the same thing.
They say if we keep doing the same thing.
So we keep doing.
They say per different results are emphatic.
So why we are here today? And he said, MPP Aban, led by Nanado, Baumiani Kenuforiatan, Omu say yesikasem. Because Omu Ankasa Bayen, in the year 2017, Omu say Omu growth rate is saying. Omu growth rate is saying 8.1%. That is the growth. But when say growth we no, Mahama balance sheet. Enna omutumi edi enya sikakura. On say Kenuforiata immediately omuba power. Wakobo busia $2.25 billion Templeton. Uti wakruma. In the bisa Kenuforiata simple question say, ni balance sheet a okitande no. Can we send it to international market? No. They have even blocked us from entering international market. Then you look at, so from that is 2017. Now by 2018, growth not tiaba from 2018 COVID aba. Growth not tiaba from to 6.2%. Do you get it right? That is the question, practical question. Inti sobiti ho ekaso oyenyina government. We are not government together. There are people who are occupying that and they are dissipating the state's money. And that is why we are where we are today. Then you move to 2019, 6.5%. COVID about 2019. Then COVID by 2020. And I equal 0.4. So you see that from 2017, economy a former no mudiba. It is locally manufactured crisis. But because they did not have institutions, and I say IMF, the resilient institutions are able to buying. And we use the money on consumption. Say you can. SHS. But we must think. We should not be misleading our followers. MPP for the tree at that we treated for. We will not go to IMF. Meanwhile, you have seen Ken Ofurata into catch and say, Onimuma say, all she said, ni figures ni sika ebano. But he went again around this March, April. Catch Ghana for say, we will never go to IMF. Okay. But we have advised them, say, baby, I will seek a someone could do no. You cannot say that you not go to IMF. We are not happy to tell them to go to IMF. But the foreign investors are more krum hano. Amanonifo a omudi omusika be share hano. So mu se wo sika asemu nyanu. Omu yi omusika akọ no. Na se no dollar Ghana for hia di ko China no. Dollar ho abeye din. Dollar ho abeye din no de na beba. Na inflation no na ekọ. Okay. So it is part of say IMF no say so ya senior. Now one of my investing wo Ghana no. I say okay, say Ghana any IMF no omu di nkita ho. Inti yen twen kakra. Enu nti na ya ka kire mu de say mu nkose na ye ndru tibia ye timu de nti sende omu kodru ho omu bo mu sanhenia. It is a useless exercise. Omu ma bia ebre in net look at
say professor and say either say ya be kwa na say district
yeah nyame na me ka chao Professor Bopi o say Ghana say onko a and then you either go by wheelbarrow or ambulance say no ambulance na dey eko
is there the wheelbarrow and ambulance
e say baby adru nu obia hwe wuka wudi untumi ntua investors say wa omo hwe say wusika ekosoro exchange rate no affect omo so when they import into this country say ombe ye adwuma kra no at the end of the day no the price of the unit product no Ghana for entumi nto omo entumi anto so no ma boka so everybody is shying away and they are taking their money away. We shouldn't go to this stage. So it is not a competent move. This is useless government with a useless move. Okay. And nobody should tell me that I'm part of the government. Who did him attempt NDC time? Who's have did him attempt NDP time? Munko mufa mu attempt didie ni gwasia ban.
Anyway, another means to some come there. The home parkers and say, no Parliament here na dream say, your COVID sikano, or per se finance minister ba. No baby bua kontano. Parliament in your results. Parliament here na dream say. Yem tena say Emma Sikano obia nya na dream say na obia nkane de wa bonten nom ni ade nkomo e di no radio so ni de di no TV so obia timi kane de na okọ. But Parliament dey because a House of Records no. Untimi ma me di nkomo na onko sa. Enti Parliament na dream so percent speaker of parliament finance minister eba no obebu COVID sika no ho akonta no onya results the catchre nyina ne say parliament ka so ordinary di said the edi esika said the spend the esika na ye ntwan say ye hwa ma obi afeli said the be because of elections parliament will get results yankopon in his own wisdom. And on my parliament no said ye 2020 so parliament here wo say ka say ye dey achieve nyama bibra ye betimi dey achieve a lot of things. Ye parliament here wo say said ye sigina wo say ka say ye dey pe nyama dey pe results we will get a lot of results. And going forward mama en common ebi for ra frimpombozo asema na mebisa honorable yi efa making sure say even say aban ekra na dru time bia obebu na ni agu so because of elections nti on to anamo bia also to anamo a to say the ma madwin ba sa de we so amama ka kese pa de o say IMF director no e kan say countries are na a strong financial institutions,
economic institutions,
you know,
they respond effectively to crisis.
They respond to a friend is saying, or more response to shocks. We say, you know, now a more thing. What are the economic institutions? Economic institutions buying ye can't want me. Institutions buying ye ni what Ghana has say. Can't any of these institutions I war young said yes, your friends are establishing intimate why in any way. Said the bear you so scam we be say I'm managing or
But say that was sometimes it's unfortunate. Say former MP will sit on television and insult but in a way, no, I believe say you did, but I won't go there, please. Honorable, I won't go there, please. Let me
useless is the word I use.
Let me talk. I'm not here to banter. I'm here for us to have a discourse, a very decent discourse, so that we understand. As a part of okay, I believe say the same World Bank any a year can once me. Almost what testimony about, and then I can say, "Yeah, sure, baby, I fear the ever." Because he said something. Say about fish, omuja bibi. But it's not news. Say about power no. We're in an IMF. And our buying decided it's all be extended. For obvious reasons. We went for renegotiation. In spite of say you remain in IMF, no, this government was able to implement prudent measures. At a point, the World Bank itself, IMF itself, touted Ghana as one of the fastest growing economies. I think up to 2019, 2020, everybody knew the figures that were coming. Okay? So far as we are tied to the global economy, and we are honest, no yet very prudent critical analysis. No, if you don't look beyond within, because of the global economic situation, you will not get it right. You will just do propaganda. And we all know, say, from where we came from, we had a very good economic outlook. We tried to build on gradually. Yes, we had shocks here and there, but this government was able to stand firm and implemented policies, even in the midst of, say, IMF, and were able to come out of IMF, and they themselves applauded us. So throughout,
no, but let me
build.
This is where we are. Whether
so
they applauded us and whether it doesn't matter.
So this is
where we are now. After the applause, here we are.
We have external factors. They detect.
No, but say outlook no as strong as they are touted. Said they sit here. Say they strong. To say you are building strong economic ways. Say they sit here. And then yes, a country that has been declared independent and we are say we are capable of managing your own affairs.
Yes.
Why are we going to say then yes, call baby say Monsanje mine na monke monke say the
Mame, so what be some question?
I'm
building an argument. So let me build.
No, but okay, baby, bisa the mebusa because
Pato, when you achieve something, you need to consolidate. In consolidation, something can happen. Yenka be shame. And the external shocks came. COVID came in. It devastated not only Ghana, and everybody knows. Even the so-called they have accepted, say, COVID has had a negative impact on all economies. And seriously speaking, former President Mahama, Washington, he admitted, he made, a frantic statement. Say, COVID has devastated economies, including African countries.
But Ghana, the case is different. Yeah, Ghana, the case is different.
Yes. So, your case is different. Then we have to accept, say, there are factors and you can't say, wish them away. So, but also what I'm saying, any free. Say COVID, Russia-Ukraine war, a negative impact on us. We say, what has happened, the discourse near the idea, I mean, you can't be. It wasn't the wish of Nana Akufo-Addo's government to go IMF because they tried to grow homegrown policies and programs. Send you bet me they are short near banana. And we did that. And this morning I was listening to one and I said, so we share 2022 budget now. Almost programs are about rolling, you know. About 70% of them were looking within. Say ebeboa na ayayi until say sanyo marriage na be mo abehete. So what we are saying is how do we move forward? And they are all saying say we should have gone to IMF. I am going to IMF in a way, as I in my introductory, you know, it's not negative, but it depends on how you manage the situation, how you negotiate in the interest of the country. That is the most important thing. And no, it's an expression of interest. So what must hear?
Expression.
So IMF quiet. We don't even know. Nobody knows what will come out of it. What you must hear? Can say, government has declared say IMF. Is there anything on the table now? I bet me I can say IMF say na ebi a omo yama. Is there anything?
But no government presents a program. IMF
and nothing that makes say in the midst of all this, no. Government is also thinking about Bibia ebeboa omei amayakoyeni. And one of the key things is going to IMF to have a discussion with them.
They say we are going now. Now it's the president has authorized the finance minister to start engaging them.
Yes.
For program. Now it is almost done and dusted.
I'm not saying say we are not going.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that now you're going now, you're going. Yeah. This is the 18th time we have gone back to the white man to manage our affairs for us. And that is what we are not proud of. That's why we need to say you are proud of. Any of us sitting here is proud of this.
Even the president himself is not proud of
so that is why I'm saying maybe say the same thing. Yes, mistake was 18 times me. 18 times me I say. We are capable of managing our affairs. For the 18th time, yes, I can say no, we are not capable. Help us manage for us.
I think, Pato, we are not saying we are not capable. We are not saying we are not capable. For instance, Theo, let me give this analogy. Make I say, we are papa. Maybe as a matter, you are facing difficulties, and you lead your family say ebia yen konko pemwa okay na yen family hwe se ne kwa beto to ye normal. Does it mean you are saying say you become useless?
I have no useless.
Maybe I'm just based on
no me can incapability who can useless.
But if you are incapable what is it?
No, you can be useful somehow. You can be useful in some aspect. But what I'm saying is that...
So it's not capability issues that we are talking about here. Okay? And one thing I'll plead in say, sometimes when we are doing the analysis, we should do it in context and in situ. So sometimes if we generalize near box, we might not know the path that we are charting. And that is exactly sometimes the propaganda, okay, because there's no way, somebody will say, government mismanage, yes, government will have its because we take the blame. Say we are leading, but at the end of the day, we should also see the environmental factors. One, IMF themselves, they have come out to tell us, say, about 100 countries.
That was at 2020.
But now,
but as 2020,
yes.
Now, our story, so we now can say about 100, half of the world.
Yes.
After COVID, and then now I
Russia, Ukraine, war,
No, this that was even before Russia-Ukraine war.
Yes.
We are after 2020. COVID
but now it's there.
And IMF indicating say about half of the world member countries, or trigger some 2 trillion. We say be there. So that was way back.
Yeah, but now there are other countries. Morocco is going.
Well, a lot. Tunisia is going.
Tunisia is going. Egypt is going. South Africa is going. Cote d'Ivoire is going. Cote d'Ivoire is touted as more or less a stable economy. But now after all these, they are going to IMF. So what I say. So it's something that Mefan says Sebi bi ohonomo na nobody has said say IMF is bad. Nobody said that. Say IMF is bad. Like I said, no. Say excuse my language. Institution M1 nipa. Why are we members? A member of the IMF. Why do we contribute to the fund every year? Why do you contribute? Because we contribute. It's an insurance. Say if there are shocks, you go there and you negotiate. And say that when we talk about the capability, it's about how you engage them to the benefit of your people. That is the difference. How you engage them. Because like I said, we continued the IMF program when we came into power.
But you see,
and we were able to engage them to stabilize the economy, at the same time implement our programs. All the programs ran successfully.
But Mr. Frimpong,
yes,
you can't say IMF since 2021, from July 2021, you know, when say said the ACA near no, you better here on Mumwabio. What I say? This is a press release from IMF na Nkasa. Executive board. Don't say me say omo article 4 consultation. Yeah. Unkrofo baha no ma be hwe say they see anyama. Then they give omo the report na komo omo directors, and then they omo onso so ahwe na omo aka say na niama esiko. According to omo Nkasa no, from that time they realize almost say while noting that risk of Ghana's capacity to repay have increased, directors concurred that they are still manageable and that Ghana's capacity to repay the fund remains adequate. Directors welcomed the fiscal adjustment envisaged in 2022 budget. They stressed the fiscal consolidation is needed to address debt sustainability and rollover risk, as Ghana continues to be classified as high risk debts. A high risk of debt distress. That was July 2021.
Yeah.
From some they could tell. Omo betna ha any Mpensenmpensenmu ye adwuma no. Report omo de komo Mpensenmpensenmu ne say baby a ye kode keka kono. Kwaya befa so a obi ma eska ebetua no. Risk no e wo soro. From 2021 on. The time maybe Saudi and Bayano, did the government fold its arms? Government until say government cash or pass e-levy. Yeah, government catch say e-levy there or be share na ya why transparent. Until say government your cash or pass e-levy town hall. Government be cash say or be cut it down government expenditure. Some running from 2021 by Nina. Here and Tessan Komoe 2022 I had been said, yeah, baby pay e-levy no. And your shall say ye this Ankomoe. Joka said the government
did not fold its arm because the government tried to roll homegrown aid. Send a bear, you bet me I solve some of the problem.
Which what
it's not about e-levy alone.
Which one? What
even our flagship programs still went on.
They are but not homegrown. You are investing.
If you are looking,
social investment, which is not going to recoup sika amounts here. And no said you see on your man. Those were the times. Say review some of our social investments.
And I think say,
for instance, free SHS.
And one thing I make say, sometimes when you are doing the analysis, you have to do it in situ and in context. At a point where the government realize, okay, doing the review, doing the analysis, this is where we are, okay, because of maybe external factors and maybe internal factors. So the best way to go now is to engage the IMF, which in a way, to me, is a humble way of...
What I am saying is that from 2021, you know, now there are signs to say, said the cano AC corner, it will get to a point where you have a pebbles in from 2021, there were indications. The IMF was here, they took it to their bosses, and they summarized, say, and also Ghana, 2021.
And I'm saying we are in 2021.
So why are we? Is it 2022?
Yes.
Affinious, as we say, American.
Yeah.
Akabe says 16 days. Not affinious.
Maybe 2022 budget. What did you see in it? I told you, say the government came out with a program. Okay.
Budget today say yes card there. Yes card there.
And I'm just saying the government came out with a program. Say Beswano. And we think like government president can say, let's go and review the interventions that we introduce, whether they are helping us. So it was at that point, and I decided say or instruct minister say go and start engagement with the IMF. And I believe say let us, support the process. Let us see the outcome. And I mean say government from 2017 a bad government abamu omu twin enoma ebeboa Ghana ama yakoyani and you know I believe say this government, like you talk about capability, government has a capability to take us to IMF and bring us with enoma ebekoneni. I believe that. So what we are now doing is to support the if there are options, you pursue the options, you review them, and move forward. So I believe that the future is bright, and we have because you should be beyond. So we should Ghana in development trajectory, any constitutional government. Anytime there will be global crisis, recession, NPP are buying and you just look at it. 20 80 a big minimum set. What it takes
anyway
to manage very well. 80 me and the we have challenges to solve. You see, and you can.
But I want us to look beyond going to IMF. I mean, this is here there. It's. I mean, the deal is done.
Let's say IMF you are called twice. The Babem you are called twice.
More buy.
Yes.
More extended back.
Yeah, extended and they call on COVID support. Yeah.
And then I can do Japan country.
A failed government in the IMF.
Yeah.
Government, a failed government.
It is his opinion. It is his opinion as an individual.
On way on no benanado or benanado chum. Until or cananado. Look. No, maybe I would my way. A tear for Munti. At Thomas back on Yasuma. Our growth was 4.8 2009. It moves to 2010 7.9. In 2011, Atamos Anya growth 14.0. No from Fourth Republic or Bianya 14 growth. Even that was when they say Ghana is becoming a star of Africa. Do get it right. Then we come to 2012, 9.2. 2013, 7.3. 2014, that was when the energy crisis started. So if energy crisis started, how do you get your growth? Up to 2015, 2.1. And at 2016, it started coming up to 3.3. So IMF, the World Bank, now I can say, with the oil fields and all those things, 2017, our growth will move higher. And indeed, it moved to 8. Do you get it right? Intinu money you be to say MPP for me magic for the success atoms has chopped.
But honorable MPP is also going to IMF at growth at 5.3. As against more than 2.
I am talking of the highest successful group,
no, but
not the lower.
I'm talking about what does that give
so
us
they can
much hope? Does that make the hope much better? Because you went to IMF during your time. I was trying as much as possible saying Kayenya MPP and
that is it.
But you said let's go there. But
you let's go.
I
agree.
We are not going there.
Time and I call IMF means so I will say yang because it's the country.
I agree.
Yes. Not growth here 2.1. You just mentioned. So
yeah, I did.
Growth was 2.1. Now growth is 5.3. See, does that give us any hope? Can things be better?
To be frank with you, IMF is not going to look at our case in a single window way. Do you get it right? Or the the percentage I will mention, as at the time, Mahama Air call with 2 point something. What was our debt rate?
Okay, it was lower.
That's right.
And even
fuel was better.
Fuel was 2.5
yes.
per liter.
So
now
and then
fuel is 13, almost 13.
Yes, in the day you call IMF. Ye di Mahama 1 gallon of fuel. Now MPP no kita tuabaku to say bia tuabaku. That is the comparison. And I had equal. MPP time no the kita Mahama 1 gallon no MPP no kita petrol tuabaku to say bia and I had equal.
I know the cost of fuel Mahama time
that money
the 1 liter after
1 gallon when you had the tuabaku bia tuabaku
0.00854
eka had equal so no 269 billion
as a partner
that is what the analysis
as a way of
no, that is the facts on the ground. So when I say useless, you see their use is very less. As at this particular
but
time.
But even that time, no crano, and I make us a growth here 2.1. Inflation was about 15 point something.
And then there's inflation.
So now we will take those things into account. But then I ask myself again.
No,
but why na wa ma si wadaroma? Common sense.
Ato nyame nhyira.
Amen.
Mamimbo onabo ashama abaso. Na analogy na odiwe sisi ama. Eno na eye ne de. Obi kita fuel 1 gallon.
Edi kwa IMF.
Ewu kita twa ba. Ena odiko. Ato. Ya inflation o. Ye ka unim. Edu kiri na to the way me try me mobile we say then the so we say Ghana for air no. Assembly obeka sise e be twa to what na ba omi amuka no. She tama yi lady se se mi esase no. Layman adwene ye ka kire we say obi ye ni business na wo hwe sika onya na wo tie che se wo tita so wo nya sika na wo project no. This was we are just using common sense. Ye use accounting bia o unyesika no omo ti yeboa edi na che omo mu twima aban no omo antwiye eno na omo koyo omo ankonya.
That is it.
And can for that IMF is no and then to ni ti o se omo extend ye 2017 omo ka da o ye ka de no mo ye ko o ja se ye ko mi chare nkofu we hu se
but it is true. In principle, Marco 2 times, so this is not the first time. MPP, ECO, IMF. Hello? All right.
Yeah, me was so. Men say me time.
Oh, that
me second. That me second.
Time is over time.
Time be no I wasted. Time yeah.
So me see me time.
Say call Abeka.
Oh, okay.
Say
I agree. I know them my chance sign. My paper board no so. My paper board.
And you know 1 bottle.
Yes.
Beer bottle.
Yeah, the 1 gallon. Now when we
but they didn't find coverage.
You say now wait na share.
Me ba jo one day my
Pocho search me, aka Obenam Quanta, make a free bottle in Western region.
Set uncle.
Yo, me papa, me dasi, need my pa in the anipi wobo. In fact,
in the history of Ghana, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, ne president wa Bobosia pa. It that. It has a IMF fear what young quay. Minya Ghana ha, Ufi a Japadi over ha. I a German and Nakufado so on you Fumbu mania. Prepare to Yama win after Roma. All the awkward IMF I'm a Chonaya. Oba Yamo, oh yes, one fine yashi. Yamu good, one fine yashi. Yamu cocoa, one fine yashi. Yamu tima, one fine yashi. Yeah, the Pochino Mampin and now do booking the white in their poor minor. If it is a Yamu COVID-19 Sika, one fine yashi. Yamu Yilevi, one fine yashi. Mimi it as IMF. Conditionalities order will be blamed. What was your family and friends? If it is a corruption, what was it? If it is a minister of good work, or Mampin and not Wafa, what was that? You mean now, what was shown? Now, so in the make say, you tell you get. Now, I make us say, okay, PTA, okay, never chuma. Now, action by blame, and bomb of water blame. Thinking the same. Because they get again of 4, no one care what the young son, in them get say, why then in such a Wagana.
That's it. Considering also, we should not gloss over the fact that global economy is in serious financial crunch. And again, we cannot pretend that the COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war haven't been the cause of all what we are facing. I hope good measures in addition to the IMF program will be put in place to salvage our situation. Because Reynolds or Aguna or being honorable. Obisawa, hello?
Yeah, hello. Good morning.
Udin Fakwa Free.
Mepaso, Medin be Bash, Mekatafi, Weda SSC.
Bash, young quay.
You see, all the areas on the old baby at the winning chance. I study a book of the winning chance. Or share to the entity man, and I do that, now on one kaka who there near Okan to classroom. They should come down and listen to us. Yeah, they walk to the AT. If you are much better, I will hope. Into no almost yet be nothing. Yeah, like all grounds near advice, they should listen. Mama brag it because they have the power now. Because we beat our power now. It's now beating the fish at the time.
That's a bash. Honorable. Quick one. And an oil program.
How can global phenomena
where the
and all the surrounding countries and only attack?
Friends.
Wow, I say my MPP for you see, Mpensenmpensenmu katra MPP for say. Omo bro mu ho ase. Omo bro mu ho ase. Na omo bu nipa na nyina yenso omanu na enko.
Point. Me ba cho udin fa kwa free.
Ya frame pikash me ka tafi pokiasi.
Ye tie onia.
Yo me da mastini otuma pa mo yema man Ghana. Na asema me wo amepese be ka kire me nuanom MPP fo eni se omo mbro mo asese na me nuane ka no. Etoso bi no. Omo pa oman ni nyina kyew. Na omo pa mahama kyew. Na onyankopon fa omfum suo ebe ya odie na obodi ma omo no fa kyew mo. Na oman no be di yi. Esan say, omo kan say and draw a Ghana mine no ya aba nyina fa obere ma mahama ho. Na ende adan ho edi say and draw na omo de be kya mamu. Na de nyina mu so no omo gusu e kan draw no. Na omo kan mu say moja na ewo omumu omudi nanti koba na nya omudi ya enfama na omumumi enya omudi ya nya ewo eye di dia yakupon omu fa chapa mo man Ghana na after that no na omu pa mahama nsu chew na omu hwese nyoma ensesa omu sanu ana without that no ayake omu so because omu think say normal thing keke na mo ye tapo mo asemu a omo di bi kura kasa be kan kura chop say omo for man chop no mo for mahama chop.
Okay. So until say omo mra omo ho ase.
Yes. That is no more kind of Ghana for. That is what they don't want to do. And especially too.
Why they one other thing say omumpa Ghana for chow no omumpa John Mahama chow na Nyankopɔn fa omumfunso nche omo na omo yesa bibia be yo ne adwen
me dem gidi say omumpa Ghana for cha Mahama susu ye Ghana ni who catch am so mun konkopa Mahama chow with their self omu suban omu nye da na eho no enye
nche de aban so wo kan aban
hello
aban ni ana
Daddy, me protection, but me contribute whatever mo can.
Me ba cho odi the same.
Me did me protection.
Odi the same.
Me protection.
Men sam patro yanko.
Ya pre me protection.
Mensa ofilisi obeti no chen so be kasa che.
Emza TV njana inti omoye we ni nyina. Ebe boa ye nyina na emfa ho brase. Atemdidie de omudie ndisi bi. Ye nya nhya se nka hwenkyere mo because ye de enim se amamo nu de enye nkoda na agorasem. Se no mudi amamo de ye politics saa bedru nde no. Omunim pefi se nkanamo bia enseso mutu. But matunu for political expediency.
All right. This is a full point. Well, you've made your point. And
I don't have any problem.
All right. Last call our humano so then we need a creative form. But you didn't for free.
So yeah, feminine natural. Like I just say a brazo.
Therefore, say natural. Natural yanko.
IMF na dey. How do you say? We can say any day, but. It's a minor good no. We worldwide issue. It's not the country aspect being like I say, and like you can say we have to. And people are saying that we should call out or we should call in Mahama. Mahama is best friend because we check it from JJ's time this year. We be our first 4 years. Ikoyi not the last 4 years. Adiego. Mahama the first 4 years Ikoyi not the last 4 years. And it's like overturn minor say. Yes, Remo. MPP. This is the time MPP members, MPP team Nagasa Ehiaye. Still, when we support MPP, we should go to IMF and also we should still wait and watch the better things ahead of us. Thank you very much.
That's it, P. Mr. Abonsu, sorry.
But Ghana for him. And ye ba be munso. Bibia aban omampanyi aban ayen o de Ghana for di anim o twen Ghana for ti bi anamo bi a o tupia o tu sene ebe ya ebe boa Ghana ya setena me gidi ye se ye ko IMF he himself is involved meaning say decisions be be taken will be in the best interest Ghana for so.
Okay.
Enye ntokwa na ye kokko. Enye sebi we are not going to surrender our aid. We are going to engage. Inti Ghana for enya abotre. Na aban enko IMF no. Now I believe that what will come out of it no. Ebe gina ni aban edwene fa oman ni nyina ho a edi bi papa bi ebeba amayakoye ni.
Meda CP. Zambatre software ko.
Yo, me de nembe kan se baby I do de Ghana for a year pass Ghana na ye call IMF and MPP for the year call IMF. And yes sir, yes mbe mobo. Aye mobo do kradada. Nti it is very good, let's support them. Na questions on baby some musumi sro mu ye bisa question. Unim se wo di boni a carboni na yemfa nchew. Usa di atite na esa kochiwa ya sembesa aishipra.
Okay.
TV they should just be playing
all right, so that's it. To say them can na dey nyina na be discuss here na dem ametena me service akwa. I also have something to say.
And next time about betra
no dem because
we have 15 minutes.
Now also 15 minutes.
Now 15 minutes.
You know what I'm saying is that ye nyina ye moye homode ne ye adwen say enye nika kra enye nika enye nika wan kra say enye nika enye niwo don't say that ye be sorry say ye de ho kwa mo bi akire de yenye
na mu visa na de ma
enti whatever we all have to do niam yenye timamfo no nyina so no ye ka abai de ye so ye kan ye so ye de nyame adoma we 2 to 6 ye beto aso on original 91.9 FM we need kwaku owuzo agye pato nyame adoma ochina ye be san ba hwe ho so ye nyame kan ho bye bye